Yes! Oh, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back. I am so excited for this video because this is a part that I've wanted for years, and I finally decided to pull the trigger on it, and it was not an easy choice to do because it's not a cheap part, and I was like, fuck it. Yesterday I went through and I pulled off the wing on the car, so it's wingless right now, and then this gigantic, huge mungo box showed up from APR Performance. Jesus. So, I pulled the trigger on an APR GTC300 carbon fiber Wing, 67 inches long. Who don't like that? I picked this part up, of course, from Brian at the mod garage. I got their banner hanging up in the shop right now. Garage, barn thing, whatever you want to call this. Whatever you want to call this safe place. Call it what you will. But, picked up the Wing from him. So we're going to cut up to me yesterday pulling off the wings, just so that way you guys know how to pull off the wing if you either want to go wingless, you want to install another wing, or you want to install this wing. So we're going to cut over to that, and then I'm going to start unboxing this guy and start getting everything laid out so we know what goes where. Alright, removing this wing ain't too bad. So, whoop, this guy's coming off. And it really isn't hard to take off. So we need to take off this interior panel dealio. You're gonna have 8 of these pop clips going around. Grab your pop clip removal tool and start pulling them out. After you get that panel off, you're gonna have a couple of these little holes. 1, 2, and then a grommet up here. That's what hold the wing on. So there's a 10mm bolt right behind this grommet, and then there's a 10mm bolt here, here, and then same on the far side. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out these 10mm bolts. Be careful not to drop them into the trunk because you're not going to get them back. Same thing with that grommet. We're going to push that grommet through and then pull it out with a pair of needle nose pliers. Pull out the 10mm up there, and then we're going to repeat the process on the other side and then get this wing off of this car. Ooh, I'm so excited. Now that the wing's off the car, we're going to spray it down and clean this off. We're going to clean the surface, get it polished, waxed, and then get these holes masked up. This is everything that APR sends. That's a lot. You got a giant carbon fiber wing, these nice carbon fiber end plates. You've got the rubber gaskets, all the hardware, and I'm like mocking up right now where this needs to go. I know I'm gonna have to drill one extra hole on the trunk to get that base plate on there, so I'm going to do one without filming so I can get this figured out. And then once I get that figured out, we'll jump through and run through installing everything else. Boop. Alright, so I knew I was going to have to drill holes, but I finally figured out where. So the base plate mounting bracket is going to end up sitting like so. Alright, so it's going to end up sitting like this, and what I've been doing is I've been taking the 40mm screws that come provided with the kit, pushing them down into the holes, and then drilling my holes. So the 2 that we need to drill is this back right one and this top left one. This top left one, there's not even a hole here, so we're going to have to drill that one up. For this bottom right one down here, there is a hole in the trunk, but we're gonna have to drill it all the way through so that way we can get that guy through the trunk. Because right now it'll go in, but it just hits the second layer of the trunk. So as per usual, we're gonna start out with a pilot hole going through these, and then we'll up them up as we go. So I'm gonna start up here with this, I'm actually gonna start down here with this bottom hole just because it's already here, it's already a point of reference. So I'm gonna get that drilled out so we can get that guy all the way through, and then we'll jump up here to this guy. I'm starting out with a 5/32 drill bit, and then we're gonna work up to a 1/4 inch. So boop, we're just gonna drill right through there. There's no wiring harness on the driver's side, so you don't have to worry about that. There is one on the passenger side, so when you're drilling through here, be careful. Sweet. That hole is drilled. Now we're gonna jump up here and start drilling this other hole. All right, for this top hole, I'm starting out with a 5/32, this tiny little drill bit, and then we're gonna keep stepping up, and I'll let you know what drill bit sizes I jump to. So, correction, that was a 3/32 that we just did. Now we're jumping up to a 5/32. Now we're jumping up to a 3/16. And lastly, a 1/4 inch. I'm gonna deburr the hole a little bit just so there's no sharp metal. Much better, no more sharp metal on that guy. So cool with that. So now we're gonna start mounting up that base plate and getting this wing going. So when it comes to mounting the base plate on here, you've got these two different size screws. So the smaller of the two is gonna go up here in that hole that we just drilled. And then the bigger of the two is gonna go in, or the bigger of the two, there's 3 of them, is gonna go here, here, and here. So you've got these 2 different washers. One of them with a white collar, one of them with a black. The black collar is gonna go over here on the smaller of the screws. The ones with the white collars are gonna go on all of the longer of the screws. So I'm gonna get going on getting this base plate mounted up, and then we'll jump to throwing the wing on. So APR provides the Allen key that you need, and then you're gonna need a 10mm socket wrench, a deep socket to be specific to be able to get all these. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything lined up and start tightening it all down. Just got our our stanchions mounted up. So we got looking at it this way, we got 1 bolt here, 1 here, 1 up here, and this is the new hole that you're gonna have to drill onto the stanchions to make them work. So we have our left one and our right one on here. Next we're gonna get the wing mocked up, so the wing's gonna sit on the outside of the stanchions on both sides. Maybe I should just leave it like that, man. That's different, right? Nah, we ain't doing that. So next we're gonna get the airfoil. I'm gonna get this guy thrown back on the tripod since I'm by myself, and probably get it set up somewhere over here. Also shout out to the mod garage. So we're gonna get that camera set up somewhere in this vicinity so I can get that wing mocked up. The hardware that we're gonna need to mount the wing on are these like M8 bolts. They're the big ones, the biggest ones that they send you. And the washers with them. These are 12mm. They provide an Allen key for the bolts also. It's the big bolt. So I'm gonna get this guy on the tripod and we're gonna get to mounting the wing on the car. Welcome to Jeopardy! You won a car! So I ran into a slight issue where the wing just wasn't lining up for me, and it was my fault. Don't tighten these bottom mounting bracket base plates down all the way until you're ready to put the wing on. Get the wing on and then tighten all these down because you have a little bit of movement left and right with them, so you're going to want to get the wing aligned first and then get these tied down. So I've only got these threaded in slightly right now, so we're going to send them and tighten the wing down to the stanchions. We have a wing mounted on a car. We got to do the end plates next. I need to swap batteries because my battery's about to die. I'm gonna go swap batteries, and then we'll get the end plates on, pull the car out, and take a look at it. Look at that. Look at all that goodness. So the issue I was having was down here. The bolts that hold the stanchions down. Don't tighten those down like I was saying until you're ready to put the wing on. But the wing looks good on here so far. One thing I do like about it is that you can adjust the mounting holes up here. So you can adjust those holes right there to change the angle of the attack on the airfoil itself. But it's looking good. We're almost done. Last thing we have to do is put the end plates on. It's super easy. 2 screws, and you just screw the end plate itself onto there. So I'm gonna get these screwed on. APR also provides a Allen key for that, and the hardware also. So I'm gonna get this guy on the car, and we'll get it pulled out. Bam! That thing looks good. That's a good looking wing right there. The last thing I have to do is put the trunk back together. So I'm gonna hop back there, put that mat back up in there. Same way we took it out, just those couple pop clips that are holding up the back piece. I'm gonna get that thrown back up and we're done. I'm not gonna lie, the car looks a lot more aggressive. I need a rear diffuser now, maybe some more aero back here. But honestly, I dig it, dude. Like, it looks good. Like, even aired out from down here, big old wang back there. It looks good. This is a part I've been wanting for years, too. It takes a minute to get used to, though, because at first I put it on, pulled it out, and I don't know if I liked it. It'll take some adjusting, but it doesn't look bad at all. I like it a little more than the STI wing, I think. Especially that the car is aired out too. I think it makes it look a little bit better, but I like it. I like you. A purr. Woo! So like I was saying, that's something I wanted for a long time. I am gonna have to get used to it because I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it yet, but I like it. I do like it. I like it very much, but it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. But hey, you know, we'll see where it goes. STI wing's already gone, so don't ask. Like I was saying, I think I want a rear diffuser next. So if anyone has any good recommendations on some aggressive, quality rear diffusers, drop them in the comments below and I'll check them out. Because the rear end needs a little more work now to make it match the wing and everything else. I don't know if APR makes a rear diffuser. If they do, I'm gonna look into it, but we'll see. Anyways, we have more content coming this week, guys. Always good stuff coming. So, as always, I appreciate you swinging by. If you haven't already, subscribe to the page. I appreciate it. You appreciate it. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Regardless, I appreciate the time you spend here. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.